In the spring semester, I interned under Dr. Kleiman at the Department of Ophthalmology located along Veterans Drive near the William T. Young Library. I found the internship by using ScholarBridge website and through Mrs. Betsy Geraint, who is the director of the Young Researchers Program. My initial impression before arriving was that nobody would talk to me. This I found later to be false. I was nervous at the beginning when I arrived here, but as I found, all the people were eager to talk to me. My mentor and I have worked closely together on many experiments. Our main study focus is on age-related macular degeneration, which is the leading cause of blindness among the elderly. We've conducted experiments where we've identified the HDEC genes that are present in the RPE, which is a pigmented layer of the eye located in the retina. We've also done experiments on DNA expressions of the genes and formed analysis on them.
So this is an overlay of everything. So again, this is the RPE layer right here, and presumably a lot of these cells, like these cells that have purplish color there, are RPE cells as well. They've just kind of migrated down a little bit because we're passing it through a blade, so they might have just slid down. But if we just look at blade, so now you can start to see this like pinkish purple.
Yeah.
Where there's blue and red. So we know now that is the nucleus of a cell because it's blue. And then we also know that that's stained for an HDEC positive stain because there's like a purplish pinkish color. So it's that red mixed with the blue that gives that. So it's beautiful, beautiful stain. And then you add on that bright field, so we know this is choroid. So now you get those same exact purplish blue cells right where we want them. So AMD, again, it's age-related macular degeneration. It is the leading cause of blindness throughout the entire world. Essentially what that is there are a few different ways that it can progress. There's one that's called dry AMD or wet AMD. Essentially, it just depends on the type of damage that is done to the retina. Again, it's an age-related disease. So it benefits the elderly community for us in terms of trying to find ways to help cure this disease, or at least find ways to make it more manageable. Also, it's a disease that affects communities a lot like Kentucky, where one of the things we found out is there are certain stresses that can also help accelerate the disease, such as smoking, which is a large part of the culture here in Kentucky. As well as things like UV and sun exposure and things like that, which can happen a lot in the jobs that a lot of people have here. So if we're able to, cure or at least help to manage this disease, collaboration specifically is something that is important to, not only research but everything. Whenever you're able to reach out to other people with their own skill sets and own knowledge and experiences and things like that, and incorporate that into what you know, and vice versa, that's a more powerful thing. Whenever to work with other people and in any realm, especially in research and things like that, it really increases the amount of impact that you can have. So we only have so many people, we only have so many animals, we only have so many pieces of equipment, and so much time, that whenever we're able to reach out with someone else and incorporate them in their work, you're able to accomplish so much more. Which it's all about generation of data in science. So the more data that you can get, the better that the better off you are in order to answer the questions that you need to answer.
The main challenge I faced while I was working here was the limitations I had to endure on what I can do and what I cannot do. As an observer, I cannot do a lot of hands-on activities. This gave me the chance to really be an engaged learner in any ways possible. My coworkers in turn helped me by effectively communicating. They shared and discussed their knowledge with me so that I can gain as much information as possible. Although this experience has given me a lot of insight, I'm not quite sure if I'm absolutely suited to be a scientist. This will be very helpful to me in the future as I evaluate my career options and set off to college. This experience has been the most valuable because I understand more about the job market and the real world outside of STEAM Academy.